Thanks for kicking things off, Jacob. I'm going to treat this assignment just a little bit differently. I'm a little bit more advanced in the approach in terms of maybe trying to get you acclimated a little bit up to how you might receive or the kind of critique you might receive in a studio setting once you become a practicing graphic designer. So a little more complex. I'm going to ask you some questions and ask you to think differently than probably you're used to thinking. So all in the name of good design. So let's get started. I feel like the poster is missing depth, maybe a slight shadow off the goddess of democracy statue, addition of textured background. So right now, just that statement right there is telling me a little bit about the way that you're approaching the assignment. What I'm seeing is that you're right now you're don't have a solid conceptual foundation, and the reason I say that is you're saying, okay, maybe I should add some texture, or maybe a slight shadow, or just, you know what I'm saying? Instead of being to the point where you say, all right, I've got this sketched out. I know what my concept is, and let's take it from there, okay? And that just kind of points to intent as a designer, as a creative director or an art director. You need to expect a certain amount of information from your designers, and the mock-ups should really speak specifically clear. Now, don't ever be afraid to give a good, detailed written synopsis of your intent. And I think that's one thing that we can use here, because right now I've got some questions that need to be addressed. Number one, why red for the background? Number two, why the black and red? Number three, why this typeface? Number four, why the statue? So these are all things that will need to be described before we can take a look and ascertain their success. Now, in terms of the assignment itself, as far as your typographic setup goes, I think this is really super interesting. I love the contrast. I think that right now, this could, no enemies, no hatred, could probably be a little bit larger. But I love the type variety here. I love the contrast of the sans serif with the serif. The problem I'm having is the statue. Now, you call this the statue, what did you call it? Democracy statue, and that's great. So you're you're equating, I think it's Leo Ziobo, with the democracy, and that's fantastic. So you're starting to create some meaning, but we need to know what that meaning is, and typically that is revealed through your writing. Now, the problem I'm having with this is right now you're creating all of your meaning for this piece using an illustration. We don't want to do that. We want to create all of them. This project is like a culmination of everything we've done in the class, right? Including the design in everyday life, everything, right? And so what I'm looking for is I'm looking for you to create some sort of create your meaning typographically. Okay, so we've got this Statue of Democracy. That looks like a torch. Is there any way that you can fit a torch in, like maybe on the top of the eye or something? Just maybe the imagination would be that's the arm and a little torch coming off the side. That would make the same connections here. It would be equating the torch with the eye, and then your solution would be, and that's just an example. I'm trying to get you to think in these terms, but that's just an example. So basically what that would be, you'll be creating meaning typographically and not illustrative. Does that make sense? And that's what we're after. We're after creating meaning typographically and not relying on illustration to create meaning. Okay, hope that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't, but be sure to go through all those examples. Really look at those videos, and where I talk about how to deconstruct those ads. Those are over in the course announcements. I mean, I'm guessing you already looked at it, Jacob, but just for giggles and grins, let's go over to the course announcements. And what we're after is this. Both these announcements are really pretty darn important, but this is final project explained with examples deconstructed, and then welcome to week 6. There's some really good stuff in here too, so definitely want to take a look at those. But that announcement right here, you want to take a look at that. I deconstruct all of these and really describe, so take a look at it. I'll bet you already have. Boop, boop, boop. There you are. You read it. All right, awesome. Just review it again, man. I mean, things will start to jive, I promise. Jacob, fantastic start. Typography is looking tight, by the way. Good leading and good kerning. Interesting typographic composition. So let's go ahead and shoot for those changes. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. But just keep working. Oh, don't fall in love with this composition. Keep working, keep working. It will come to you. I promise. All right, Jacob. Great. Thank you very much.